Guys, we are here in Chile and we're heading towards the Maipo Valley. Woohoo!
Gonna do some wine tasting, our favorite thing.
The Maipo Valley is known for Cabernets specifically, and the wineries that we're tasting today are pretty much small boutiques except for the last one. I tell you, this is just a beautiful place to hang out and enjoy some wine and just enjoy the fun. Looks like it's time for us to get on our horse and head to the next winery. Now here at Santa Emma, we're going to also be enjoying a lunch.
Variety can be 75% and up, and if it's above 75, you don't have to call it a blend. If your main variety goes below 7, have the ocean, the Andes, desert, and Antarctica. So
Okay, side by side, we're trying these two wines. The Felix, that is the owner of the winery, and Catalina is his wife, each made in their own style with their own blends. And because she liked needlework and stuff, hers is actually a fabric label. Yummy. Gracias. Goodbye, puppies. Oh my gosh, guys, we just had the best wine, the best lunch. This Santa Emma winery is really something.
Santa Emma.
That's what I said.
Okay.
Okay, so we learned some cool things. We tried a couple, 4 wines, because interestingly enough, here in Chile, they're not really tasting by tasting flights. At least today, it's like hardly anybody around. It's a little off season, but they are tasting by glasses. And so we got a glass of the Felix, and I think it was called the Catalina, his wife. We tried those, very nice. We also tried the creme de la creme one that was like $20 a glass. The rest are very cheap. Lunch was amazingly cheap. And yeah, it was beyond fantastic. And then we tried the Carmenere.
Hey, just so you know, Carmenere is one of those grapes that you find predominantly here in Chile. In fact, it is labeled as specifically a varietal from Chile. However, science says no. It's originally a French varietal that came over long before the phylloxera.
Phylloxera?
Yeah, that word. Long before that wiped it out in France, and then it was misnamed here for a long time. So it actually was re-identified in the 90s.
Yeah, like 100 years after the phylloxera thing.
And so they said, hey, guess what? It's our own special grape. We claim it Chile owned.
Exactly, and they renamed it the Carmenere, and it is the only like variety just of Chile, even though it's not.
Yeah. The third winery we're tasting on this day is one of the more heavy production type wineries. Wasn't a boutique, so when we got here it had the large gift shop and everything, but we really had to hand it to Al because he spent time with us teaching us about the different wines that they had and what they would taste like and what to look for. The grounds were beautiful though. We enjoyed them immensely as we sat and tasted our wine, and we also meandered around quite a bit. It is a beautiful place. Our hats go off to Al for doing such a great job of taking us around and really showing us what a great time you can have in Chile. Now we're on that way home. What a beautiful place. Vina Del Mar had some of the prettiest sunsets I think we've ever seen. outside of Southeast Asia. We enjoyed them, but this was our last one. Hey guys, so we are finishing up our stay here in Viña del Mar to the point where we're in the
Aconcagua Valley. You can actually get a wine transfer to the airport. So that is how we roll, right? How could we not? So this is one of the wine valley regions here around the Santiago area that actually is named after a peak in the Andes, which we are really close to. So we're gonna try some wine today before we get dropped off at our airport that's by the hotel. What better way to spend our last day here in Chile?
You didn't hear that.
Hear what?
She doesn't even know we're getting dropped off at the airport near our hotel.
So hey everyone, I'm over here with Kathy and Tim at El Escorial Vineyards. This is a tiny boutique vineyard in Panquehue of the Aconcagua Valley, known for Tempranillo, Sangiovese, Zinfandel, and of course great port wine. It competes with the Portuguese port wine and actually wins a few times.
Nice.
Thanks, Al.
All right, let's go taste some.
So many different varieties, Zinfandel, Sangiovese, there's a Sangiovese right here, which is not common. Well, the varieties I mentioned are not common to Chile.
And you can see the skins are almost totally brown. And if we are pricky, that is good. On the skin, we see that the color and the ink. So that means that we have enough tannins to get the good color for our wines. Okay? Of course,
We later found out that Carlos here giving us the tour was actually one of the winemakers. He sat down and did the tasting with us too. What a incredible experience. We had no idea we were getting.
Oh my gosh, look at this little hidden treasure down here. How fun.
Where do we go? I love this place. Really.
Have a seat, baby. Yay. This is gorgeous. Wow.
This is the history about this space. Yeah. I mean, we have the closest bottle of wine, the oldest closest wine of the valley in that window.
Oh.
Some one of them were produced by Mr. James Carey on the left side.
Oh, wow.
This is so incredible. I'm also really cold.
Are you? Do you want my sweater? Look adorable on you. I want you to tell me what you thought of the Zen, like this Zen experience.
It's been incredible because normally I drink Zinfandels and I'm thinking big, heavy, Zinfandels, and this is like a young, fruit-forward, almost a little bit tart, and it's like it's sitting there going, hi.
It's so good. It's so good. It's so different than a Central Coast or a Napa Valley.
This wine is a sort of fortified wine. And always I say, this wine is sweet, strong, and dangerous. Be careful. Yeah.
Wow, we are still here at Vina El Escorial, which is basically a boutique winery. Boutique winery here in the Chile region. I'm not going to try to say the valley.
Aconcagua.
Ooh,
Yeah.
impressive.
Not far from San Felipe.
There you go. So we've been here at this boutique winery. It's actually been around since 1880, but it's been through some ups and downs. And the original owners had it. They did their grapes, and then they went into producing fruit and sending it all over Europe.
Well, first they did wines.
Right.
And they were well known way back when. And then through the generations.
Ah.
So the grandfather of the current owner I believe is where they started doing canned fruit, right?
You know what? It's just an incredible
It's a
history.
lot of history, but it's really fascinating.
It is. And we're down here in their little cellar area, and it's so cool, guys. Now, this is wine you can't get anywhere else because they only do a small portion of wine here.
Right. And so also, though, that this owner, the grandson, he actually was in the grape growing business in some way. And in 2012, he planted new vineyards and 2,000 acres right down here in the Hot Valley, 2,000 acres up in the
High Valley
mountains, up in the high altitudes. And man, you would not think that an area where you get snow is growing even fantastic red wines, but it has to do with how it's down in the valley, how it has this concentration of light, how it has different oxygen levels. I mean, it's really, truly exceptional. This has been the most incredible experience with, they only have 5 employees. They basically wear multiple hats at this winery. So Carlos gave us this whole tour and tasting, and he also, had dirt under his nails because it's harvest season. It's just, you guys, this has been so great. If you get a chance to come here, and we'll have a link below of how to contact Al, the graffiti sommelier who we are with again, who can give you tours here. It's really fantastic.
Absolutely.
This has been a great experience. Thanks for joining us.
Salute.
We got another place to go. Don't leave.
You got to realize this is a super small production area. And now you know how that little aluminum foil is put on top.
Yeah.
So this is a Coletta port. We've never even heard of it before, but basically it's 7 years of aging instead of, how many did you say for the Tawny?
4.
4 instead of 4. Oh my gosh. Yeah. You could taste the other 3 years. Want to try it?
And now we're off to the next winery. This one's kind of unique. You'd never anticipate to have a winery in Chile named O'Flaherty's.
The winemaker was telling us how the birds hang out in that tree, and then they come down here and they pick off all the grapes of the first vine on each row. Then they'll gradually make their way to the second. They're a good indicator of when the grapes are ready to harvest, because the green grapes don't taste good to the birds and they won't eat them. And that is basically nature's way of saying the seeds are not ready to reproduce. And so when the seeds are ready and the grape is maturing to being able to be picked, then all of a sudden they taste good to the birds and make great wine. Very cool.
That's the idea.
Love it.
We had a great time at this winery, just learning and exploring. And it was kind of fun for us because as we went through the process, we learned that the winemaker himself, well, he's kind of from the area that we raised our family in Central California. So we had a few things to talk about. It was kind of fun just getting to know people. That's the great part about traveling.
Okay, see all these cars parked and the parking guy directing traffic. It's all for this restaurant. Restaurant La Ruca. And this is locals. This is not a tourist place. This is locals at this restaurant out in the middle of nowhere in Aconcagua Valley. Oh yeah, this is gonna be good.
This is incredible.
This is gonna be good. How could it not be? Why would all these locals be here lined up with a guy directing parking?
Who knows?
This is cute and unique. Supposedly it's huge in here though. It can fit everyone. Wine bottles. Oh, dessert.
Yes, Chile loves its meat.
Well, that's a wrap on a fantastic day of wine tasting.
Absolutely.
We're now in our hotel by the airport, and we are so sad to leave Chile. But we had such a good time in Maipo Valley. We had such a great time in the Aconcagua Valley today on the way to Santiago.
Mm-hmm.
And this wine tour transfer to the airport thing worked out great.
We actually ran into somebody who, for lack of a better term, lived an hour away from where we lived in California.
Oh yeah, that second winery. The guy was from Porterville, the winemaker, owner of it. And yeah, had come over to Chile. He went to UC Davis.
Mm-hmm.
And then he came over to Chile back in like 90s.
92 or 93, yeah. And he's been here ever since, making some fantastic wine.
What a neat guy he was. What a great tour. Good wines. We had a really fun time there. And of course, we completely adored the first place we went.
Oh, fantastic.
We're going to put the names up there, guys. We can't remember. It's been a long day. We're very tired.
Wait, lunch?
Oh, lunch was delicious.
Actually ended up being our dinner, too. Good Lord, that was so much food.
We're still stuffed, and it's like 4 hours later.
I know.
But you know what one of the best parts was, and see if you agree. It's just the 2 days we spent with Al.
Yeah.
When you have a driver who is just driving the two of you around and it's hours in the car, you really get to talk about just so many things. Culture and life and personal things. I mean, you really get to know somebody.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best kind of local experience that you can have. And so we're going to put a link to his Instagram down in the description if you want any kind of curated wine tour while you're in Chile. Well, we hope you guys had a good day, just like we did. Thanks for tasting wine with us.
Now get out there and taste some life for yourself. Hey guys, thanks for traveling with us. If you want to keep exploring with us, click one of the videos on your screen. And remember, don't wait for someday. Travel bigger now.